Hello, it's me and welcome to my channel. In the previous video, you learned just how strong ants can be. They can lift objects up to 50 times their own body weight. But what gives them such extraordinary strength? Aren't you curious about what they actually eat? Let's find out in this video. Number 1. Sugar addicts. Ants farming aphids for sweet rewards. The first type of food ants love is sweet stuff, mainly carbohydrates. Most of the time, ants go out foraging in search of sugary substances like nectar from plants, honeydew secreted by aphids and other sap-feeding insects, and sometimes even fruit juice. Carbohydrates provide quick energy for worker ants, helping them power through long foraging trips. Some ants, like honey ants, have special workers called replees that store sugary liquids in their swollen abdomens, acting like living storage tanks. And other species, like weaver ants, sugary liquids are stored in designated chambers or shared mouth-to-mouth within the colony. The amount of liquid sugar an ant colony can store depends on the species and environment, but in large colonies, the total volume can be surprisingly high. Number 2. Meat for the queen. Ants hunt and deliver protein for their young. The second major food source for ants is protein. Protein is essential for the growth of larvae, the baby ants, as well as for the queen, who lays thousands of eggs throughout her life. That's why protein-rich food is usually brought back to feed the queen and her young, while the adult worker ants mainly rely on carbohydrates for energy. Ants get protein mostly by hunting or scavenging other insects, spiders, or even small dead animals. Some species are expert hunters. Army ants, for example, form massive swarms that work together to take down large prey, including small vertebrates. Others are more opportunistic. They'll eat just about anything they can overpower or find. Still, some species, like the bullet ant, aren't strictly carnivorous. While they can sting fiercely, they often feed on sweet secretions from plants or tree sap instead of actively hunting prey. Number 3. Tiny farmers underground. They don't eat leaves, they grow mushrooms. The third type of food isn't hunted or gathered, it's grown. Leafcutter ants are the only known insects that farm their own food, a special type of fungus. Here is how it works. They cut fresh leaves from plants and carry them back to their underground nest. But they don't eat the leaves. Instead, they use the leaves as compost to grow fungus in carefully tended chambers. This fungus is rich in nutrients and serves as the main food source for their larvae. Leafcutter ants don't just grow it, they also protect it from parasites, clean it constantly, and even spread fungal spores on new leaves to keep the cycle going. It is one of the most advanced examples of agriculture in the insect world, like tiny farmers working around the clock, deep underground. Number 4. Ants raid our snacks. Your trash equals their treasure. Finally, let's talk about something more familiar: human food. Some ants just can't resist our snacks. They're especially drawn to sweet, greasy, or protein-rich foods, like crumbs, candy, or leftover meat. That's why you'll often see ants invading kitchens, picnic tables, or trash bins. It's not just annoying, it can become a real problem. Ants can contaminate food, damage wiring, and some species might even bite if disturbed. But not all ants are interested in what we eat. Leafcutter ants, for example, ignore human food completely. Others, like fire ants, might raid a trash can but usually keep their distance from people unless provoked. If you want to avoid sharing your lunch with a colony, the solution is simple: keep food sealed, clean up spills fast, and block off entry points. Ants sure have a wild menu: sugar, meat, mushrooms, and maybe your lunch. If you learned something new today, give this video a like, hit that subscribe button, and drop a comment below. Your idea could be the next video we explore. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next adventure.